Hey everybody, how's it going out there in internet land? I am and this is another episode of I Played a Thing, Tokyo Jungle. I'm a little conflicted today because I don't want to fall too far behind in my update schedule and I'm going to have a pretty loaded week coming up, but on the other hand I'm really tired, so we may end up doing a little bit of a short episode today. We'll see what happens. At the very least though, I want to see what kind of trouble I can get up to with the Hippo. So that's where we're going to start. There we go. Defense is really high. I'm not sure why attack isn't higher, because the Hippo is pretty damn strong. Oh well. Whatever the case, I'm sure we'll have some good times, and I don't know what the next unlock is off the top of my head, so we'll find that out too. Let us now begin. Operation, it's a race, it's a chase, hurry up, and feed their face. Alright, the challenges came up for Shibuya Shop District, and I am there right now, so that's completed. And I think that should activate our next unlock, as soon as the game catches up with it. Aha! It's going to be an ostrich in Shibuya Woods, so I'll be doing a little backtracking. Which is not good because I think I already ate all the food in the station. Yeah, that's suboptimal. So my impressions of the Hippo so far, unlike the CPU-controlled version, which could run like the fucking wind for some reason, the player-controlled Hippo, as you can see, could be charitably described as plodding. You know what, I'm gonna run out of food, so I'm just gonna go ahead with this generation change. Anywho, yeah, the Hippo is very slow, and its stamina is so bad that it can only get 2 little hops out of the dash move. On the bright side, its clean/quick kill attack is very fast and comes out pretty much instantly, whereas most grazers have a little more of a wind-up to that. So that's nice. Oh, and while I've got you on the horn, dear viewers, something else I'm a little conflicted about. I was thinking about this while editing my last video. I say we a lot. You know, I talk about what we're doing, or what we're gonna do next, or what have you. And it's not the royal we or anything, I do mean to include you with that particular we. But I really don't do a whole lot of audience participation type stuff. So, I wonder if I'm being disingenuous, or if this is just me being fussy. How do you feel about the we, dear internet? I am very much interested in your thoughts on this. Well, I am having major food problems here in Shibuya Woods. I am already starving, there is very little food available. Yeah, that one too with the fast killing attack, that works pretty damn well, actually. Yeah, I don't have food, I don't really have a line on any food in this particular area. So I think I'm going to be dropping back to my surviving sibling pretty soon. Well, I suppose I can pop the pet medicine when my health gets really critical. Meanwhile, I've completed that kill challenge. And doing the mark here reminds me of something that I vaguely recall reading some time back. As always, this may be completely incorrect, so this is going to be Un's possibly misremembered animal trivia for the day. I do think that, however, I once read that hippos mark territory by just spewing an absolute torrent of filth out of their rear Bombay door while twirling their tail around to spread it out farther. So yeah. The Hippo, a very charming animal. Alright, I'm coming up on the area where the ostrich should be. We'll see if that bears out. I don't have to... Well, I have been marking, so I have been claiming all the territory, but that is not the point here. We just have to touch it. And because the ostrich is going to be quite a bit faster than me, well, that could end up being easier said than done, but we shall see. Should be coming up on it any moment. Ah, there it is. Well, it could have run away from me if it didn't have rather clueless AI. So I will count my blessings on that. That means that any further accomplishment with the hippopotamus is going to be entirely gravy, as I like to say. We'll see how long we keep this going. The hippo's survivability honestly doesn't seem that great. It does pack a pretty potent punch with that 1-2, but stamina, as I mentioned, is really terrible. Speed is obviously terrible, and, well, that's just kind of where things stand. I don't think that's quite how the reproduction thing is supposed to work, Hippo. Meanwhile, I have really not been having a good go of it this run. There's been lots of toxicity, very little food, and what food I have been able to find has mostly been inedible due to the aforementioned toxicity. Yeah, food around here, there's just not much to be had. Semi-decent amount in the shop district. A chicken party in Yamanote Line East, but that's no good since I'm not a predator. Yeah, the hippo really seems to be getting a raw deal this time out. But then it's fortunate that I've already got the ostrich, so no big deal. It was kind of gratifying to see the hyena run away from me there. I may not be as fast as the CPU-controlled hippos, but they still know I'm nothing to fuck with. A pet bikini for the hippo. Oh dear me. It's kind of weird. For a long time I was having tremendous difficulty finding enough food, but in the interval since I last spoke up, it's been almost an embarrassment of riches. Quite a bit of food, and a lot of it very high quality food. An unusual amount of fruit and fungus. Fruit and fungus wasn't a very popular cereal. Their next try, fruit and fiber, did much better in the market. Ah, the panther's not going to run away from me. But I kicked its ass quite decisively. That was impressive. Yeah, the hippo has pretty extensive drawbacks, but it is quite the death machine. Make it a double. Wow. I completely whiffed on that evade there, and it hardly even touched me anyway. The hippo is a tank. A tank that can tank, and a tank that can deal out quite a bit of hurt of its own. And you know, this is not a high-quality mate, but... oh, the nest that I can actually reach is way down there. Yeah, I don't think this one's gonna work out. Well, I might as well fight it out with this tiger, because I know I'm not gonna get away. And it actually worked out. Yeah, the hippo is dangerous. I mean, we knew this, but I didn't know it was going to be quite so much dangerous, or quite as dangerous, rather, when I had control over it. Certainly not as fast, but still a very hard hitter. Takes damage like a champ, too. I think I may have met my match here. I'm not having much luck stunning this polar bear so I can get the kill in. Let's see, can I make it try and quick kill me so I can get the evade kill? That would be nice. Because I know I'm not outrunning it. That ain't gonna happen. And I would prefer not to sacrifice my only sibling. But it may come down to that. I'm also, of course, slowly starving as this all goes on. Ugh! Very nice. Of course, now I am hungry and significantly wounded with toxicity climbing, so in the end, it may have been a Pyrrhic victory. Even the grazers can get in on the ass bite action from time to time, when they're this big. Well, am I actually gonna fight off a small pride of lions? That would be pretty damn impressive. I was actually thinking the hippo wasn't quite as much fun as I was hoping, in large part because I've been handed such terrible conditions most of this run. But being able to fight off multiple lions, yeah, that's pretty badass. Can't lie, I kind of enjoy that. I can't believe those retrievers were actually willing to have a scrap with me. That was kind of poor judgment on their part. Oh my god, this is the first time I've ever had even an average mate show up when I actually have the ranking to hook up with one. And that gives me a good excuse to turn around and double back because the dogs of the Iron Fang are in Dogenzaka, which means that place is going to be crawling with Aibo. And I do not want any part of that. Actually, if I was going to deal with that with any animal on the grazer side of the equation, this would probably be the one. I'm actually a little tempted to give it a try. But no, survival takes precedence. Once again, we see the hippo having some difficulty with the mechanics of reproduction. Well, I am about to enter Dogenzaka, and I think the Iron Fang is still there. Yep, yes they are. This could get exciting. We've got some nice food sources over there, but all kind of Aibo in the internet. And are they aggressive? No, they're going to run away from me. Okay, well, that's not so bad. I could possibly get a rare drop from the boss, but I would have to get it out of his body. And with a robot, I don't know if that means they have to be eaten by a predator or not. Matter of fact, I'm going to risk having the whole pack come down on me. I'm going to see if I can take on that boss and see if anything interesting falls out. Oh, well now they are aggressive. I can fight at will then. The boss is fairly tough. Killed him dead, and the Iron Fang immediately abandoned Dogenzaka. Well, as Aldous Xenon said in Hell, a cyberpunk thriller, snakes rarely regrow heads. Yeah, still a few pack members around, and they're apparently interested in getting a little revenge for their boss. But I am not terribly shocked to find the hippo can handle them handily. That was some nice alliteration. So, can a hippo take on 2 crocodiles? Let's find out. I also noticed that, like the cheetah, the hippo has a attack-attack-dash sort of attack pattern when it's just mashing the attack button. Wow, I didn't even get any quick kills on them from the stuns, and they still dropped. Yeah, the hippo is a force. A force of nature, a force to be reckoned with. Oh, hi there. I must say, the hippo is a very interesting experience. I didn't have a very good feeling about it at first, in part because the game was giving me such shitty conditions, and I didn't really have the speed to get away from them very quickly. But it is most interesting and a very different experience, playing as a grazer that has very little to fear from most predators. Wanted to let my health get a little bit back before I took on the Scroc. But I don't have to take it on at all. Even better. And with toxicity critical, I have bunny-hopped my way to survival. In addition to the toxicity, I think I was about 10 years old at that point, so it was about time to pass the torch anyway. Well, it looks like I've come across quite the little nest of lionesses here. I'm also dying of toxicity. But I think the poison's actually a bigger threat to me right now than all the lionesses. This is really a very new experience as far as playing Grazers goes. Well, that was a hell of a thing to enter the world to. Apparently, straight out of the womb, these are some deadly motherfuckers. Oh dear. The age of dinosaurs is upon us, and wow, I just took down a Deinonychus without any real difficulty. The Hippo experience just gets more and more intriguing. Wow, I could get used to this. Let's see, can I take on a Dilophosaur as well? Oh. I missed the kill there. Ah. Damnable differences in height. Okay, I am dying of toxicity and fairly well wounded, so we're gonna want to pop this, I think. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do right now about my hunger gauge. Well, nail fire can't hurt. Might as well make ourselves a little more lethal. Dilophosaur down. Deinonychus down. A crow down inadvertently. Oh, lion cubs, did you ever come to the wrong neighborhood? I just took down a mess of dinosaurs, I got no time for you. But the toxicity did get the better of me. Or was it the hunger? I don't even know. And I'm not sure this many lions is something even a hippo's gonna want to fuck with. Well, you know what? They're gonna chase me down if I don't, so I'm gonna go for it. This has turned into quite the interesting fight. Already had enough lions to choke a horse. That metaphor doesn't exactly work with lions, but we'll go with it. Yep, a buttload of lions, a dinosaur decided to jump in, and I fought my way out of that fairly well, I think. Unfortunately, my health is now greatly reduced. And I don't really have any way of getting out of trouble here. So I think this is going to be Hippo's last stand. Oh, I've got some primo stamina jerky and some pet food. Saving it's not going to do me any good. Maybe I can bunny hop my way out of danger. Nope. Nope, that's going to be the end of it. Wow, though, 65 years, that is a lot better than I anticipated from the early years of this run. I was starting to expect kind of a cow-like experience, where the poor cow, it's very slow, it's not a great fighter, it's too big to hide. Well, the hippo is very slow, and it's too big to hide, too big to take advantage of any of the shortcuts, but with respect to handling itself against predators, the hippo just kind of brushes off its shoulder and says, "Clear a path, motherfucker." Very, very unlike any experience I've had with any of the other grazers, and I quite enjoyed it, honestly. I think maybe toward the end there I bit off a little more than I could chew, just kind of picking fights with dinosaurs to see how it would go. And against small numbers, it went a lot better than I expected, but Dilophosaurs are still a problem, and overwhelming numbers, of course, are still a problem too. Anyway, I think I am gonna leave it there today. As I mentioned, I'm kinda tired and it's getting into the wee hours of the morning. But I thank you for joining me as always. And however brief, I hope you enjoyed today's big blubbery adventures. For next time, I'm imagining the panther would give a very cheetah-like experience because they have almost identical stats, so I think maybe we're gonna lead off with the ostrich and see how that works out. I look forward to it, and I look forward to seeing you then. Till next time, this is signing off. Today's hippopotamus for early Christmas has been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Charlie Dunst, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Alicia Goranson, Mechasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, August Fortnite, Patrick Bellinger, Rob Lyons, Andy Kurland, Jerogue, Martin Schallenmakers, Mayo the Hedgefox, and other very generous patrons. Thank you all ever so much. You're very kind and it remains a huge help in a trying time. Commenters, subscribers, and all the silent eyeballs out there, you are always appreciated as well. Have a great week, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes.